What's up, y'all? My name is Prince and I'm an urban acolyte. In the month of August, I'm doing a Last Jedi video every day in the month of August. I'm taking a lot of questions from a Q&A post that I have over on the Urban Acolyte Facebook page. And I'm gonna be taking a question from there regarding the big reveal in the sequel saga. Specifically, will the sequel saga have a big reveal? So this one is coming from my main man, Rudy Reavis, who's always giving me his tips and critiques on my workout videos. Rudy Reavis says, the first two trilogies each had a great reveal. Vader was Luke's father, Sidious was Palpatine. Have you given any thought to what great reveal we might see, or do you think they haven't given it much thought? Now that Snoke is dead, I don't see much left to surprise us. So I didn't know that the prequel trilogy had a big reveal. I had figured out that Darth Sidious was Palpatine like during the Phantom Menace. Like, I don't know, like I went with one of my friends, Greg Bryant, shout out to him. He's like a big time jazz musician now, plays the bass. Right? He had just started playing that after we got out of high school, and now he's like traveling all over the world playing, you know, jazz music and putting out records and stuff. So shout out to Greg. We went to see the Phantom Menace, and I don't remember, I think we went out to eat afterwards, and I was like, man, that's really cool how they had the Emperor in the movie. Like, the Emperor's known Anakin his whole life. And he was like, what? And I was like, dude, you didn't know that Palpatine was the Emperor? Like, that was him in the robe? And he was like, how did you know? I said, look at his nose. That's the same guy, right? So that wasn't much of a big reveal to me. Now, the big reveal. No, Luke, I am your father. No, that's impossible. Right? That, I call that the reveal, the big reveal that almost wasn't, right? The biggest moment in sci-fi geek history almost didn't happen. If you read The World According to Star Wars, there are two books that dive into the background behind the original saga, and maybe the prequels too. There's The World According to Star Wars, written by an attorney. And he was wrong about some things because he was thinking that Rey was going to turn out to be a Skywalker. That's a hint. I'm getting to that. That's the reveal in the sequel saga that I'm going to talk about in a minute after I make this point. The other one, it's really long. Geekdom, my bro Geekdom has read that book. He talks about it in his videos. I haven't read it. I don't know. One day I'll read it. I don't know when that will be. It won't be anytime soon. I'm not in a big rush to read it. It's really long, and I got a pretty long list of books in my queue on my Kindle that I want to read that have nothing to do with Star Wars. Of course, I still need to finish the Lando and Han Solo book, and I haven't even started on Thrawn Alliances. I might not even get around to that until the winter. Right? I'm not in a big rush. I'm really not. But anyway, in The World According to Star Wars, you learn that when they were working on, when George and company, Lawrence Kasdan, there was a lady, and I think there might have been one other person working on Empire Strikes Back. Originally, there was going to be a scene where Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost was going to dub Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. Right? It was going to be like this Arthurian type thing. Bow, kneel before me. I dub thee, son of Skywalker, into the Jedi Order. Rise, young Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Rise, Lord Vader. A powerful Sith you will be. The Force is strong with you. Rise, Lord Vader. Anyway, I'm never gonna steal Sam Witwer's job anytime soon unless they like ask me to be on Robot Chicken or something, which I would totally do. Now, this isn't me saying I want to be a voice actor. I have my career, but I do it for fun and for some money. But I'm not trying to do that. And before y'all start tweeting me, Prince, you should totally be a voice actor, and they need to hire you at Lucasfilm. Not trying to do that. Prince wants to be. I'm too busy trying to be an urban acolyte, right? To do all that other stuff. But anyway, so like I was saying, originally Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost was going to knight Luke Skywalker into the Jedi Order. This was when Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader were not the same person, right? So when Obi-Wan Kenobi has to come back and eat crow because George Lucas decided to change the story, from a certain point of view, he was telling the truth to Luke Skywalker. The good man Anakin Skywalker died when Darth Vader killed him, right? Now, that was retconned because somebody decided, no, this whole knighting Luke Skywalker is stupid. What if we make Vader Anakin Skywalker, right? And when they fight, and no one is gonna know this except for Mark Hamill and David Prowse and James Earl Jones and the production crew, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, none of them knew that they changed the script and that Vader was Anakin Skywalker, that he was going to reveal that he is Luke's father, right? The thing about that, this is the point I was trying to make, right? I took way too long trying to make this point, is that part of the hero's journey is the reconciliation with the father, right? So think about Empire Strikes Back. Who does Luke Skywalker hate? He hates Vader. And it's been retconned now that they've had battles in between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Vader knows that this is his son. He's out to get him. And he's pissed at Palpatine. So they've got this rift. Vader's on his own thing. You know, he's on his Anakin flow. I'm gonna get my son. I'm gonna turn him, and we're gonna overthrow Sidious because he put me in this fucking iron lung and this and that. Vader's got his own agenda. Luke looked up to Ben. Ben died because Vader killed him. Luke is under the impression that Vader killed his father. Vader is the meanest, the baddest mofo. Not even a bad mofo in a good way, like I say over on my other channel, Become the Baddest Mofo in Your Dojo. Check out that channel if you haven't already. Most of y'all haven't. Y'all need to get my views up. Some of y'all talk, Prince, where's the real life Jedi stuff? I love those videos. And I got a whole channel with all that stuff on it. Y'all ain't even watching because it's like what's his name? What's the young boy? Look like a pit bull in the face now. Look like a dried up pit bull. Chris Brown. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. Talk about y'all hoes. Y'all ain't loyal. Talking about real life Jedi videos. Y'all won't even go to the channel and watch the videos. Unloyal hoes. You's a hoe. Now that I done offended some of the fem Nazis who try to watch me because they think I'm a male feminist or some bullshit. Anyway, so like I was saying, George Lucas didn't stay loyal to his original idea. He threw this twist in, and so the person that Luke Skywalker hates the most turns out to be his father. And then there's like a double whammy there, because when Luke is in that cave on Dagobah and he and he takes off Vader's head and the mask explodes and it's Luke's face. Think about that now. Luke kills the Vader within himself, the dark side within himself. If he kills Vader, he will become Vader. But Vader is him. Vader is in him. He is the seed of Anakin Skywalker. All of the good traits that Anakin has and the bad, Luke has, right? So there's a whole, there's like, I told you, man, like Star Wars is not that complicated, right? It's an inch wide, but it is miles deep. You can get deep with the little bit of stuff you have, without adding this extra nonsense on and pulling in stuff from the EU that didn't make sense and making up Star Wars theories and talking about what your contacts at Pinewood Studios said and bringing in the dorks and douchebags ideas, right? Just look at the story and ask, why is this happening? What is going on here? What does this mean? What meaning can I extract from it, right? So all that stuff about your enemy is closer to you than anything else. Vader being closer to Luke, and it turns out it's his father, and the negative parts of Vader, the things that made Anakin turn to Vader, Luke has those qualities too, right? Luke has his own story, his own flaws, but he is his father's son, and the sins of the father become the sins of the son. Is that a Kryptonian saying, I think, right? They descended on Luke too. I know it's in the Bible too. There's a version of that in the Hebrew Bible, but I think that's a Kryptonian saying. And that's totally appropriate because Kal-El is from the house of El, right? The Elohim, right? So the big reveal in The Last Jedi, think about the cave on Ahch-To and think back to the cave on Dagobah. For Rey, she goes into the cave, show me my parents, show them, let me see them. She turns to the dark side seeking answers the same way the dark side provided answers to Luke. And what did Tashu say? The realest thing that's ever been said about the Force, about the dark side of the Force in Star Wars, by my main man, my homeboy, my road dog, Chuck Wendig, the savior of Star Wars. Chuck Wendig wrote in Tashu's voice, the dark side always tells the truth, right? If you strike down Vader, Luke, guess what you're gonna become? Rey, you're turning to the dark side looking for answers about your parents. You are your parents. Show me my parents, you're looking at them. You are your parents, right? You are the seed you are what is left of them. You are the best of them. And maybe the worst too. Rey has flaws, right? She loves people to a fault, right? She trusted Kylo Ren to a fault, and he was gonna serve her up to Snoke on a silver plate. Well, that and the fact that, after they did their little Force makeout session, he was under the impression that she would help him take down Snoke, and then, they would do Reylo. That's what Kylo Ren was seeing. So, looks like Reylo's not happening, y'all. Kylo Ren thought that's what was gonna happen. Rey was like, I'm gonna turn him back to the light, and then I'm gonna bring him back, and he'll be the Skywalker that we need. That's what Rey was thinking. So sorry to disappoint you, Reylo folks. I know I'm homies with Vincent Vendetta, but y'all aren't gonna get me with the Reylo thing, man. I don't see it happening at all, right? And the fact that Kylo Ren is the one who facilitated Rey's the big reveal, in the sequel sagas, that Rey is no one. The Force can choose anyone as its vessel, right? When the Skywalkers mess up, the Force will find someone to right the wrongs that the Skywalkers have extracted on the galaxy. Meaning if Luke hadn't risen up, the Force would have found some way to bring Ezra Bridger back to take down Vader. Now, I don't know how it would have. Maybe Ezra and Ahsoka, maybe some other people, maybe they would have had to raise a new order of Force wielders. Maybe Jedi, maybe something else. I don't know. But the Force will find a way. In the case of Vader, it took the compassion that he felt for his son, for Kylo Ren. It might take those feelings that he has for Rey. Now, right now, he says he's going to destroy her. He's going to burn it all down. He wants to rid the galaxy of the Jedi and the light and anything that reminds him of what he could have been, right? What he could have been. Ben, this is what you could have been, right? So the big reveal, like I said, is that Rey is Rey of Jakku. She's no one. The Force can choose anyone as its vessel and raise it up, right? All this time, Rey is a Skywalker. Rey is Luke's secret daughter, and she got mind wiped. And Rey was part of the Jedi Order before Kylo Ren killed them all. And Rey has some secret about Luke, and she's got Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. It came back to her, and this and that, and Luke hit her on Jakku, and it's like, no, none of that happened. The big reveal is that anyone, anywhere, can be chosen by the Force to become the hero of their own story. And to the big sister Trisha Barr, some of the Star Wars feminists, that's the thing we gotta, y'all gotta chill out about some of this shit too, man. I've been taking y'all's back, but y'all gotta chill the fuck out too, man, because this story is about the Skywalkers. And yeah, Rey is a side player at the end of the day. She's front and center, but she's there because of Kylo Ren, right? She's there because of this dude. This dude it's really about him, right? But that doesn't mean that later on Rey can have her own adventures, right? This is something I clapped at somebody on Twitter, and I kind of felt bad about it later. About like they wanted to see the mural of the Mortis, of the Ones, the family that we saw in Rebels, right? They were like, please put this in episode 9. And I said, nope, it doesn't need to be in episode 9, not even as an Easter egg. Keep that to Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano's story as that unfolds, right? Or whatever goes on from there. Let Dave Filoni handle that in the animated series. If that's where their story, until they cross over into something live action or in books or whatever else, keep it with them. And that's because we're trying to do too much with these movies, man. Like, people are mad. I got people that stopped watching me, stopped following YouTube, Star Wars on YouTube completely, because Finn didn't pick up a lightsaber in The Last Jedi. Finn didn't use the Force in The Last Jedi. And they're mad at me, and they're mad at, and I'm like, why are you mad at me? I don't have anything to do with it. I didn't write the movie, shit. I have nothing to do with that, dog. I just commentate, right? And half the time I don't even want to do that. Most of the time, to be completely honest with y'all, like, shit, like right now, I just want to read a book and work on my form and make some falafels and go to bed, man. Instead of sitting here, I gotta record another video, edit both of these, get them posted before I go to bed, and get up at 5 a.m. to meditate, lift weights, and practice kung fu before I go to work for 8 hours, 8.5, 9 hours, right? Motherfucker tired, man. Shit, fuck this Star Wars shit. Anyway, so my point is, y'all want the movies to do too much. Let's just focus on the Skywalkers. Let's see what's happening with this war, and then when all of this is when all of it's said and done, then we can focus on, okay, what's Snoke's backstory now? Where does Rey go? Okay, let's explore Finn's Force sensitivity if it's there. So that actually, I'm going to leave on that note, because that's the next video I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about, somebody asked me about Finn's Force sensitivity in episode 9 and some other stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to tell y'all because I forgot the question, and you just have to tune in tomorrow to see when I take it up. And then the video I do after that, I'm going to talk about the Leia Mary Poppins scene and why that saved Star Wars. So those are 2 videos y'all are going to have to check back at. The same bat channel, same bat time. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Well, you know, leave me your thoughts, comments, and all that good stuff down in the, I don't know, whatever the shit is down here. And since you're looking down there, why don't y'all quit asking me where you can get a t-shirt, because now you see the links to get Urban Acolyte gear down below this video. So holler at me on Teespring, get you some Urban Acolyte stuff. I'm gonna have more designs up there that won't be Urban Acolyte specific, right? Because I used to do meditation t-shirt designs. So I want to bring that back, right? Because I'm all, no matter if I get on here and call y'all a bunch of fucktards and everything else, that's all for fun, man. And you got to know the people I roll with, right? Go watch a Raw Combat here on YouTube with Luke Holloway, right? Luke is like man, these people want to talk to me about religion and stuff. I'm fucking Buddhist. Them the kind of people I roll with, right? And if some of y'all have a problem with that, well, shit, we just wouldn't hang out together. You won't be drinking kombucha and learning lightsaber forms from me, you sensitive motherfucker. Anyway. Oh man, I'm having too much fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Laughter is good for you. I don't know, do something, become an urban acolyte and become the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community by making people laugh their asses off, because laughter is infectious and is good for you. Check out the other videos, share this Last Jedi in August thing that I'm doing, and you know, share it in your favorite Star Wars communities. Let people know that people who love the Last Jedi, let them know that I love the movie. I'm gonna lay it all out there, and even though I like the movie, sometimes I'm gonna say some harsh things about it, right? You know, I like the Taoist message. I like, you know, the social message, the fact that it's pointing out the bad side of what the First Order is doing, and that's why I like the movie, right? But that's just me, right? These are my opinions. You don't have to like them, and you don't have to agree with everything I say, right? If you did, I'd be like, hey man, I'm never gonna let you give me a blowjob unless, you know, you look like this one girl or these 5 girls I'm following on Instagram. You know, but I don't think they like Star Wars. Anyway, y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.